It's Robert at Local Market Traffic, and what I'm going to do today is talk about the WordPress Google XML Sitemap plugin. That's a really important plugin to have because it'll keep track of all of the changes that you make on your website and update your sitemap automatically. Sitemap is essential for Google finding your site and crawling all of your pages. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the improvements on one of the particular sites that I have. This is Health Food Phoenix. Now, I use this is a new blog that I started, so I use the SEO Quake plugin to determine whether or not a site, has a sitemap, and then for a lot of elements of SEO. So I'm going to show you real quick the SEO Quake page, and you can see that on this particular page, this site doesn't have any work done on it yet. It basically has a title, has no keywords, no description, and when you get into this section here, it does have a robots.txt, but it does not have a sitemap yet. Okay, and so that's the target of this particular presentation. So let's get to the dashboard. I go to my WordPress dashboard here, and let me just take a second to resize this just a little bit. Get this to fit in just a little bit better. There it is. Okay, so I'm on the dashboard. The first thing you want to do is go down to the plugins. Again, this site was just started, so there's hardly anything in here. And one of the first things we're going to do is add the Google XML sitemap plugin. So I clicked Add New. I type in here Google XML. Now, don't be surprised if yours doesn't come up. You may not have typed it in ever before. So this is remembering that I've installed it on several blogs. I click the selection, search the plugins. And when this comes up, there's several plugins for different purposes now. You don't want the news unless you're doing news feeds. There's different versions of it. Look for the one that strictly says Google XML Sitemaps and has a good rating. It's compatible with the latest versions of WordPress. And when you found the correct one, click Install Now. Click the OK button. And that'll come up when it's installed. It comes up pretty quickly. And then you click Activate. Okay, now that's installed and activated, and what will happen now is down in my settings on the WordPress dashboard, I'm going to have a new item called XML Sitemap. So I'm going to click on that and bring up my editor for this. Now it says the sitemap wasn't built yet, and I don't have any pages in here, but I'm going to show you that you can click it and it'll build the sitemap for you instantly. What it does is it searches for all of the pages and then builds a map of your site in the XML database format so that when the search engines come to your page, they'll have a roadmap. They'll know what to do. They'll know how to find your site and everything. And there's a number of things you could do on here, and most of the defaults I normally just leave them all. You want an XML file and you want a .gz file. Those are both important. And there's some things that you can add. It's up to you. I recommend reading a few things about this, but I leave the defaults for everything. You want it to notify Google, you want it to notify Bing, you want it to notify Ask. So every time your sitemap is updated, it'll automatically submit to those search engines for you so they can come back and crawl it. So that's really neat. And I'm gonna just scroll down just so you see some of the options available. And there's really not anything that I'm going to change. So I'm going to click Update Options. So that's basically it. I mean, for the installation of it, you'll see real quickly if I go back to the health food site here, and I'm going to move my browser down a little bit. If I now type in, after my URL, if I type in sitemap.xml, it should find one and pull up a basic sitemap, and there it is. So now there's one actually on the site. I'm going to go back and check on the SEO Quake page, but to do that, what I do is I'll close the existing one because refreshing it doesn't work very well. But I'm back on my blog. I'm going to go up to my Tools menu, which is outside of the video area, and I'm going to choose my SEO Quake page information. It's going to pop open a new tab for me. And it doesn't automatically, this usually takes a few hours to a day to actually update, but you'll see within 24 hours or so that you've got a sitemap now. And like I said, that's really important for the search engines. So After you install it, just go back in 24 hours or so and give it a check. And that basically concludes this presentation on the Google XML Sitemap plugin. All right, thank you.